What if I told you that you can dominate the world without armies, without weapons, without a single penny? Not with tanks, not with votes, but with a phone in your hand and a TikTok account. Sounds absurd? Then let me tell you a story. In 2010, a 26-year-old programmer named Wael Ghonim created a Facebook page called We Are All Khalid Saeed. Within weeks, he mobilized millions of Egyptians, ignited a revolution, and helped topple a regime that had been in power for 30 years. No political party, no money, just memes, videos, and a good narrative. Now, imagine that on a global scale. Imagine a plan where you don't need to conquer territories, you just need to conquer attention, where likes are worth more than bullets, where hashtags bring down governments, where the algorithm is the new nuclear weapon. This video isn't about conspiracy theory, it's about strategy. We're going to show how anyone with intelligence, timing, and a solid plan can use social media to manipulate masses, rewrite narratives, and yes, dominate the world. We'll analyze the behind-the-scenes of viral campaigns, the invisible codes that control what you see, and the methods that governments, companies, and individuals are already using to hack the collective mind. Because in the end, whoever controls attention controls everything. For centuries, power was defined by territory, armies, and wealth. But in 2025, the most valuable asset on the planet is something else: attention. And whoever controls attention controls behavior. Think about it. Today, a 17-year-old with a phone can influence more people than a president with a TV network. A trend on TikTok can move financial markets. A meme can start a culture war. But why does this happen? Because the human brain evolved to react to fast, emotional, and visual stimuli. And social media is designed exactly for that, to addict, polarize, and amplify. And here's where the plan comes in. Imagine you want to dominate the world, not with tanks, but with viral narratives. The first step is simple. Create an invisible army of profiles, bots, influencers, meme pages, anonymous accounts, each one with a specific role: entertain, outrage, inform, confuse. These profiles don't need to lie, they just need to repeat convenient truths and plant strategic doubts. The second step: use the algorithm to your advantage. Platforms like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok reward content that generates engagement, and nothing engages more than fear, anger, and scandal. You don't need to convince everyone, you just need to divide people enough that nobody trusts anything anymore. And the third step? Enter the backstage of power. When politicians, journalists, and business people start reacting to what's going viral, you're no longer influencing the masses, you're controlling the elite. That's how you dominate the world in 2025, not with force, but with narratives that seem spontaneous, but are coldly calculated. And the scariest part? It's already happening. In 2014, a data lab in London called Cambridge Analytica gained access to the psychological profiles of over 87 million people on Facebook. They knew who was anxious, who was paranoid, who hated the government, and who just wanted to feel special. With that, they created tailor-made political campaigns, not to convince, but to manipulate specific emotions. Result? Elections were won, referendums were overturned, countries were divided. And the scariest part? Nobody realized they were being manipulated. That's the power of social media. It doesn't show you the world as it is. It shows you the world as you want to see it, or as someone wants you to see it. Now, governments have learned to play this game. Russia, for example, maintains troll farms in St. Petersburg that produce thousands of posts a day, pretending to be ordinary Americans. The goal? Create internal chaos in the U.S. They don't need to invade, they just need to make you hate your neighbor. China goes further. It exports platforms like TikTok, but censors content within its own country. While the West dances, Beijing watches and collects data. But it's not just states. Corporations have entered the game too. Companies like Amazon, Google, and Meta control what billions of people see every day. They don't sell products, they sell predictable behavior. If you can predict what someone will do, you can influence what they'll buy, vote for, or even hate. And here's the central point. You don't need to be a government or big tech to play this game. With the right tools, anyone can. Create fake profiles with AI-generated faces, automate posts with bots that simulate real engagement, use public data to segment vulnerable audiences, and test narratives until you find the one that goes viral. It's like playing chess with 8 billion pieces, and most of them don't even know they're on the board. If you wanted to dominate the world today, without firing a single shot, here's how you do it, in 5 steps. Step 1. Create an emotionally unassailable cause. All domination begins with an idea that nobody dares question. It could be freedom, justice, protecting children, or saving the planet. The secret is choosing something morally unquestionable, but vague enough to be molded according to your interests. This cause will be your shield and your pretext. Step 2. Build an ecosystem of influence. You don't need to be famous, you need to be omnipresent. Create dozens of fake profiles with AI-generated faces. Mix them with real influencers, paid or manipulated. Launch YouTube channels, TikTok accounts, newsletters, podcasts, each one with a different style. Some funny, others serious, others outraged. All pushing the same narrative in different ways. The goal? Make it seem like the idea is coming from everywhere. Step 3. Use the algorithm as a weapon. Social media platforms aren't neutral. They amplify what generates engagement, and you can use that. Create content that generates outrage, fear, or extreme identification. Use quick cuts, emotional soundtracks, impactful captions. Test variations. Whichever goes viral, you scale it. You don't need to convince everyone. You just need to make enough noise that traditional media starts to react. Step 4. Infiltrate power structures. When your narrative is already trending, start influencing politicians, journalists, business people. Offer data, fabricated or distorted. Show the public outcry, created by bots. Pressure with coordinated campaigns. The goal here is simple. Make decision-makers start acting based on your narrative. At this point, you're no longer influencing the public, you're rewriting reality. Step 5. Maintain controlled chaos. Dominating the world doesn't mean unifying it, it means dividing it strategically. Feed conflicts between groups, encourage conspiracy theories, keep people busy fighting each other. Meanwhile, you advance your agenda, silently. That's the beauty of the plan. Nobody realizes they're being dominated, because domination comes disguised as freedom. You don't need to be a tech genius or a billionaire to apply this plan. In fact, that's exactly what makes it so dangerous. With free tools and a little strategy, anyone can start building an invisible machine of influence. Practical example. Imagine a fictional woman named Lena, 32 years old, an unemployed graphic designer. She decides to test the power of social media. She creates a fake profile with an AI-generated face, pretends to be a mother concerned about her children's education, and starts posting short videos with phrases like, "Did you know they're teaching this in schools now?" She doesn't lie, she just distorts. and always ends with a question that sparks debate. In 3 weeks, she has 200,000 followers. In 2 months, local politicians are citing her videos and speeches. She's not real, but her influence is. Now, multiply that by 1,000 or by 1,000,000. This is the new battlefield, and most people don't even know they're on it. How do you resist? If you want to avoid being manipulated, here are 3 strategic principles. Distrust what confirms your emotions. If a post makes you feel anger, fear, or instant euphoria, it was probably made exactly for that. Observe patterns, not exceptions. If you see the same idea being repeated by different profiles with different styles, ask yourself, is this spontaneous or coordinated? Slow down. The algorithm wants you to react fast, but power belongs to those who think slowly, who analyze, who choose what to consume and what to ignore. Because in the end, true domination isn't about controlling others. It's about controlling the narrative that lives inside your head.
You don't need tanks anymore to conquer a country, or votes to control a democracy. Today, all you need is a screen and a well-told story. The world isn't being dominated by whoever shouts the loudest. It's being dominated by whoever understands how people think and how algorithms amplify that. The real war isn't over territory, it's over narrative. And most people are fighting this war without knowing it started. So the next time you like a video, share a post, or repeat a phrase you saw online, ask yourself, is this idea really mine, or is someone already pulling the strings and I'm just dancing? Because in the end, the plan to dominate the world with social media isn't about controlling everyone. It's about making everyone believe they're thinking for themselves. And that is the perfect heist.